Hi everyone and welcome to Michelle's World again. As promised, I'm going to be making pizza for you. Nothing is more fun and gratifying than making homemade pizza. And trust me, once you make your own pizzas, you'll never want to buy pizza from a pizzeria again because you can personalize it and make it exactly the way you want. And I'm going to show you some very simple tricks. It's actually not as difficult as people think it is. There's just a few things that you need to know. First of all, don't expect your pizza to be perfect the first time. You'll have to do it about 4 or 5 times before you get your perfect pizza. But it will happen, I promise. Every time you make it, you'll understand what you need to fix for the next time and to adjust. As well as your oven, you need to get acquainted with the heat of your oven. Some ovens are hotter than others, and you'll know how long your pizza needs to stay in the oven. All these things you will learn in time. There's a few other things that I'd like to share with you. I found this rock as I was walking in the yard not far away, and I took this rock. I stick it in the oven, and I heat up the oven about an hour before I'm going to make my pizza with this rock in it. It actually creates a lot of great flavor. Another thing you're going to need is something to rest your pizza in. I have one of these, which very often you will see in pizzerias, but if you don't have this, it's absolutely fine. You can use the tray from your oven. It's just as good. No problem with that at all. Also, I'm going to make Caesar salad. I'm not going to make the traditional Caesar salad with the egg. And also, a traditional Caesar salad is just romaine lettuce wedges. I like to cut my romaine lettuce into pieces, so I'm going to make that. I think it goes very well with the pizza. When you'll bake your pizza, you're going to want to put the pizza at the bottom rack, and then after it bakes for about 10 minutes or so, you raise it to the top rack for the next 5 minutes. This way the bottom cooks and then the top kind of browns a little bit like pizzas usually do. Come on, let's get started. We're going to first need 1 cup of lukewarm water. Not hot, not cold. To that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of instant yeast. The reason I like to put the yeast in the water instead of straight into the flour is because I want to make sure that my yeast is active. And that's the only way that you can tell, because if it's not active, then the dough is not going to rise properly. I keep my yeast in the freezer. It's absolutely fine. To the yeast, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of honey. Not sugar, but honey. Mix well. And let it sit for 15 minutes. This is 2.5 cups of 00 flour. This flour is specifically designed for pizzas and focaccia. If you can't find 00 flour, there are often packages where it says flour for pizza. If you can't find that, then bread flour is fine. And if you can't find that, then just all-purpose flour. Of course, this is the best and you get the best results with it. But even if you use the other types, you'll still get great results. It's not a problem. So we pour that in here. Now, if you don't have a wooden bowl, that's fine. You could use a glass bowl or a ceramic bowl. It's just that the wooden bowl creates heat and it activates the flour and the yeast even faster, so it's really nice. Make a cavity in the center of the flour and add a teaspoon of salt. Create another cavity in order to add in our wet ingredients. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, the yeast and honey mixture. Pour it in gradually and mix. With your fingers like this, mix well. The dough is supposed to be sticky like this. That's absolutely fine. Roll your dough inwards like this. And here are your 2 pizza pies. Oil your tray with olive oil. Place the dough on the tray like this. Cover with cling film. And into the refrigerator for 24 hours. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Check out this pizza dough 24 hours later. Absolutely amazing. Let's begin to get our pizza ingredients ready. I love lots of basil. I like fresh basil and I like it chopped up. I don't like those big leaves that they put on the pizza. I prefer it chopped up and hiding under the cheese. I will show you how I garnish my pizza. The next thing we need, 2 cloves of garlic, some grated Parmesan, about 2 tablespoons of grated Parmesan here, some grated grana padano, two tablespoons of grana padano. Before you begin to create your toppings for your pizza, make sure that your oven is at its highest possible. You want your oven to be completely hot and turn it on at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes before you decide that you're going to make your pizza so that your oven is completely hot. This is mozzarella, which I'm going to grate as well. Some people take big chunks of mozzarella and put it on their pizza. I prefer it grated so it goes on evenly and I find it tastes much better. The tomato sauce doesn't actually require a whole lot of work. I can show you how to make a tomato sauce. It's very easy. Or you can just buy jarred tomatoes, or you can buy stewed tomatoes and crush them. Add just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of oregano, and that's about all you need to make the tomato sauce, because there really isn't that much tomato sauce on the pizza itself. So you can use just about any kind, or you can make your own very simply. Look at this beautiful dough. See all those nice bubbles? That's what you want when you're preparing pizza. Now, we don't manipulate this too much. All we do is just press it down around like this, very gently. And then we turn it over. The back side is going to be the back of the pizza, and the front side is going to be the front of the pizza. It doesn't require a whole lot of work. All you have to do is just pick it up and roll it like this, very gently, depending on how thin you want your crust. I like my crust very thin, and so I like to stretch it out as much as possible. It's not a lot of work, it's really simple. Just like that. And then we take our pizza tray, put a tiny little bit of flour on it so that our pizza doesn't stick, and bring the pizza onto the tray just like that. and then shape it. That's just about it. The pizza dough is done. Now we just put a tiny, tiny little bit of flour on the top, just like that. Next we put our tomato sauce. You don't need a whole lot. Spread it evenly. Oh, that looks so good already, and we haven't even begun to put all the nice ingredients on. Add a little bit of oregano. I like to add my basil and my garlic before I put the cheese. I like my garlic and my basil to be under the cheese and not on top, because it just burns. It tastes kind of bizarre to have burnt basil on your pizza. I just spread them out nicely. I like a lot of basil and I like a lot of garlic, but you can adjust it to any way you want. This is the garlic. And if you don't like garlic, you can omit it altogether. You can put perhaps onion instead, or not at all. Just, you can also make just a plain cheese pizza, that's fine too. And then my cheeses go on. I like to start from the outside and work my way in. Now remember, your oven has to be extremely, extremely hot. Now I cover everything. I like lots of cheese, as you can see. I like lots of everything on my pizza. I don't like a skimpy pizza. I like a nice, rich, happy pizza. Before placing the pizza in the oven, pour some extra virgin olive oil on the pizza. It gives it a fantastic flavor and it melts right into the cheese. I have an extremely hot oven. So what I do is I put my pizza at the bottom shelf and I put this over it. I want the pizza to cook from the bottom and on top later, because if it cooks right away, then the dough doesn't have enough of a chance to cook. So I put this into my oven and then I place this over it, and here we go. This is so exciting. While my pizza is baking in the oven, I'm going to make a nice Caesar salad. I love Caesar salad with pizza because it's just wonderful together. So nice, fresh hearts of romaine. Make sure they're washed and clean before you cut them up. This is good for 2 people. If you are 4, you'll need 2 of these hearts of romaine. Set that aside. We will start with 2 tablespoons of mayo, half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper, 2 crushed garlic cloves, 2 finely diced anchovies, and some finely grated Parmesan. That's about a tablespoon of Parmesan. Mix everything together. And put in the lettuce. Mix very well. Make sure every piece of lettuce gets some of that wonderful, wonderful dressing. And this is the Caesar salad ready to be served. And voila! What do you think, huh? Doesn't that look amazing? Now we just transfer it over to this wooden board. It is piping hot and absolutely delicious. I'm going to try it. Please enjoy. Mmm. So good. You're gonna love it, trust me. Check out this dough, how lovely. Exactly like you would find in a pizzeria. Chin chin. I hope you enjoyed this segment of making pizzas. I want you to try it. You'll see, you will not be disappointed. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And please subscribe, please like, and please share this video. And I'll be back with some more recipes from Michela's World. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.